People are constantly asking me for advice, and what I realized recently is that you guys are asking for advice on the same thing. So what I started to do on Instagram was, instead of just responding to that person in the DM, email, however, in person, however they asked me for advice, I started to share my advice that I had for that person on Instagram. And one of the things I wanted to talk more in depth on here is about finding yourself. One of my friends was complaining to me the other day, talking about how they didn't know where they were going to find the next person because they had just went through a breakup. And finding someone is the last thing you need to be doing. And if that was your method and how you were going about your life and relationships all this time, this is exactly why you haven't been able to maintain a relationship and why you probably broke up with that person in the first place. You can't find the next person. That person has to find you. And it's not even that the person has to find you, it's that God has to bring you guys together. And you shouldn't have to find anybody, you need to find yourself. And what I mean by finding yourself is really be self-aware of who you are. Figure out what you did wrong in those relationships, because at the end of the day, you are the common denominator in all of your relationships. So you had to have some kind of part in why things ended the way that it did. So the importance of finding yourself is so you can really know yourself. It's to know exactly who you are and what you can and cannot handle and where your boundaries lie, and also your purpose in life. If you don't really know yourself, then what's going to happen when you do meet somebody, or you force yourself to find somebody and you end up finding yourself later, and then you end up not being as compatible as what you thought because you're not the same person that you were when you met that person. So it's about finding yourself. And once you find yourself, then God can bring you to the person that you're supposed to be with and who He has for you. And until then, you need to stop trying to find somebody, force a relationship, manipulate a relationship. You shouldn't have to do that when it's meant to be, and you're not going to find that again until you take the time to actually find yourself. So stop trying to find anybody and find yourself, because you're never going to find the person that you're supposed to be with, because that's just not how life works. So if this advice helped you, comment below. If you want advice on anything specific, let me know. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me at Jen_DeLeon, DELEON. And I'm going to just start sharing the advice that I keep giving people. Don't think you're ever alone, because like I said, a lot of you have been asking me for advice on a lot of the same things. And you know what? I can only speak on those things because I've been through it myself. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.